Alright, witness testimony. I don't know anything about that there. When I was smart, just swipe my hand at it, that's all. Well, don't look at me. Haven't got a clue about it. I was in business the second years at the time. I don't know anything about it. I'm just a bystander me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life. It was a Reaper, I bet. He's got the face of strange bored. I can't see how this changed anyway. The detective still died when he heard the gunshot. So none of you can elaborate further. Shaken by the crime they witnessed, I'm gonna only delight a few candles and oil lamp by which to see. We can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened. That's right, yeah. Don't pay to expect much. It's man's endless quest for knowledge just to destroy the world. That's what I think. Oh my god, this guy. Do you really? In any case, as his testimony shows, even if the nose was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. Oh my god. He's like questioning us, like trying to find out truths, trying to find out more knowledge, just destroying the world. Man, Mr. Sandwich is something. When the gunshot rang out, the accused is the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is Barak Van Zeeks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact. Quite so, quite so. But then who moved the board? Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite their circumstances? Most certainly, my lord. Very well, then you may proceed, consul. Alright, here we go.
Hold it!
When you say you're doing business with them, you mean you're selling them fireworks? Yeah, what else? There's a pirate school just around the corner, see? Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got to apply to blotter school to Kingdom Come. So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to. Oh, you have? Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to me to buy more. Everyone's happy, see? What a racket. Of course, and sometimes teachers give me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. It's a busy old life, selling explosive, being a tattletale, scamming children. It's such a hard life, you know. Venus is a guiltful goddess indeed. Well, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it. Yeah, this guy is like gonna point out every lie to other witnesses too. I love Sandwich. Mr. Sandwich is my favorite witness so far in this game. If I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Would that be the end of it? No. Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps? Dude, Sandwich is the best witness. I don't know, like he just like says deep shit. Philosophical thoughts, deep philosophical thoughts. Let's say there was a great liar like Venus, and that great liar said without batting an eye, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing. I remember so good at it. Well, would those words supposed to be a lie too? Or the truth? In which case she's not a liar. Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, but it seems to me that you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying, are you? She's just looking at her. What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like that. And I'll wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set them off. That's a crime. Young lady, do not say that here. Yeah, but startling, disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady. My thoughts exactly, Mr. Judge. So Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich? Protect Sandwich! Well, it means I'll be burning in hell for the rest of my days, so be it. No, Protecc sandwich. Yes, this is what I'm saying. Can you elaborate, please, sir? Old Bladdermouse here headed the room where the gunshots seemed to come from, but there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him too. That's right. The rotten liar over there. Did you tamper the crime scene, Venus? Do you mean to say that you did in fact retake yourself at the scene of the crime after all? What did I tell you? Could you not do that? I said I was gonna tell you barefaced lies, didn't I? Yes, you mentioned it. Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it? Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch? So you did indeed visit the scene of crime, did you, young lady? Good grief. Well, now you come to mention it, I suppose perhaps I do clearly remember kind of stays in the room, yeah. Either you clearly remember it or you don't. Well, I shall consider fitting punishment for this perjurious act later. For the time being, you immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth. Oh yes, my lord, of course. I could lie more. Maybe I did sneak alongside gossip and have a little peek in the room where it all happened. You make a habit lying, do you, Miss Venus? Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, take everything I say with a big pinch of salt. Alright, but you did in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you? Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying. The truth, please. Well, alright, just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know. Did you touch anything at the scene? Oh, please, as if I would. I mean, there's a dead body on the floor. Like, ew. The truth, please. Well, alright, just a bit then. I had to look to see if there's anything I could sell. Sorry, just a robber. So I did get to place a one over, but there's nothing to write home about. Right, now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you? Oh, please, it's about touching any of that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had. The truth, please. Oh, alright then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flipping thing. Sorry, flip the blasted thing. You mean you put firecrackers under the notice board? So you did move that board? Oh my god, this is the most annoying witness ever in this game. I did that this about, didn't it? What? You daft barbot! I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think. So, did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken perhaps to sell? Oh, please, I should be so— the truth now! God, this is so annoying with this. I might have found this old pocket watch in the notice board, I suppose. Just a bit of— What? So it was you, was it? You're the one that took it. Gina? Young lady, might I remind you where you are? That watch there, that was the present of my spectrographs in New York for a big case he solved 10 years ago. The professor case, no doubt. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for the grub to come at the pub. I see. I swiped it off once, and blimey was he upset. He gave me a right earful. Said he hasn't missed a day the last 10 years polishing and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did. Possibly not the best thing to go diving for then. It's not all that though. I took it to Japanese that night to see how much it's worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. When it gave me a penny for it, said it wasn't working. Knocked about it and marked as he caught it. Ah, I knew I shouldn't have lifted it. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once. Oh please, just so I was promised to give it back when you're done. It's not yours. Not a chance. I'll swipe it over here and try to get your grubby mitts on it again. That's enough. Had to watch it about forthwith. Now, children, watch your manners. Good lord! The glass appears to be broken. More than likely, shattered when the inspector was shot. It doesn't take anymore either. Which is why Travis didn't want to waste it. Oh my god, this witness is so annoying. Flashback to the annoying couple in The Great Ace Attorney 1. Yes, indeed. It appears to stop at hour 5. So Inspector Gresson was shot at 5 p.m. Exactly when a gunshot was heard then. This supports the prosecution's claim, of course. Oh my god. Let's examine the pocket watch. The glass over the face really is badly cracked. Look, what a shame, and the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully. I imagine Mr. Jones could repair it, don't you? Yes, I should think so. He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact. But can I remember this great detective, Mr. Naruhodo, not an odd job man. I don't know, I feel like he does odd jobs. What is this? Is the police toy the key to this? Ah, this tiny little keyhole here. Can you see? Oh yes, it's part of what a winder used to wind. I think it's a keyhole. It's unusual, don't you think? Yes, you need just the right key to wind it, I imagine. Why do I feel like I see something? Something be like a key that's what the right size fit in this hole. It would be wonderful you had the key. Let's check carefully over what we already found. We have the key. Okay, I guess we just examine. I guess I'm supposed to do this again. Okay, can we use the key, please? Mrs. Sato, do you think perhaps this key could be the key for Inspector Gregson's watch? I like how I had to do that all over again. Oh, yes, it could be. Let's try it once. There's not a moment to lose. Alright, here we go. I knew it, a perfect fit. And look, the inspector's watch has started going again. Ah, so it was obviously just not been wound up, that's all. What is it, Mrs. Otto? Well, the watch is actually broken after all. I have a feeling it could have profound implications. She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I better start thinking deeply too. Oh my god. What does this mean? Well, it appeared that the mystery of the moving noseboard was solved at least. And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case. No, it gave us a clue. So, I don't think he died at 5 p.m. because the clock is still ticking when the key is working. I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case. So maybe it was shot at a different time. Maybe he died at a different time. At the scene, we found this key to the winder at the inspector's pocket watch. A key? And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it, in fact, still works. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And the fact completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built. Maybe he was shot at a different time. What? Order, order, order! But counsel! The watch has stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock. Yeah, but you just heard a gunshot. It is exactly the hour. The title showing on the watch shows nothing other than when it went down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection.
Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. That's obviously when this crime was committed.
Objection.
No, that doesn't hold. Why not? Recall what Inspector Estrada said only moments ago. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day in the evening. We can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound his timepiece on the evening before he died as well. Yes, that'll be entirely reasonable. But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day. Oh, A! Well, how do you explain that then? In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch. You can't mean... What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he was already dead. Order, order! Castle, this is the most extraordinary claim!
Objection!
Extraordinary isn't the word, it's absurd. You claim that he was already dead the night before? Do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that? Well, on that subject, there's something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. The time of death is not noted. Yeah, it's not noted. Like, I was like, where's the time of death? That's right. Wait a minute, you're forgetting that my legs went from under me when I kicked the door in. What do you mean? Like I said, I planted my hand in a dirty gray puddle of blood. Yes, so the victim's blood hadn't dried. It was fresh. So he catches on fast, doesn't he?
Objection!
But the blood could be explained in a number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been... Does my learned friend think that fresh blood is available in every street corner? Well, it needn't necessarily happen human blood, of course. Could have been animal blood, could have been anything. We've been previously told that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human. The problem is currently being researched. At present, you're correct. It's beyond our abilities. So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example. It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the expected blood at all.
Objection!
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question. Is it though? What? Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question, it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that these witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all, but the frickin' firecrackers. Sir Zero's on his livelihood. Where'd you? Oh, I guess he got fired from his job as being the cab driver. I don't doubt your ears, sir, but all I can say with certainty is that you heard a noise. Eh? Explain yourself then, counsel. A noise that sounds like a gunshot. Could have been made with the freaking fireworks. I mean the firecrackers. Well, the culprit could have used something like this, for example. Oh, really? A demonstration is in order, then, I feel. What? Yes, please, show the court how you can use that to create a noise like a gunshot. We're waiting, counsel! I may have been mistaken. It looks like you've been making a lot of noise yourself, Miss Naruhodo. What? What do you mean? What do you mean I can't use that for? Okay. Okay, different evidence. Oh my god, okay. I just had to examine this. Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry, it's just that it's the being a special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of fireworks would sound like. Shall we find out? What? But she said she could blow out the courtroom. Alright, that was a very sizable bang. My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruhodo. It sounded almost exactly like a gunshot. Okay, we'll just present this. I apparently had to examine it and then present it. Alright, Ace Attorney.
Take that!
Like, couldn't you... like, did we have to examine it? Like fireworks? I mean, firecrackers sound exactly like gunshots. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sound like this. As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact. Ah, gog! You're trying to suggest that somebody wanted those fireworks off at the scene. I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day, and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for the peddlers on Fresno Street to hear.
Objection!
But even the accused himself has testified they saw no one else in the room at the time. Whether it was a gun or a firecracker, the only person present to cause that bang was Spark Van Siegs. When with the match of fireworks go pop, see? So people like them. I fear for your fingers, young lady.
Objection!
Recently during my time here in Britain, I learned of a very useful invention indeed. Something called a time bomb. Good heavens, a bomb? Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like. Miss Naruhodo, I worry that your unfortunate praising there might lead to another international incident. No, wait. It's just whatever you like part that's important. A time device? Yes, exactly. A time device. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit left. Your extravagant claim will not be substantiated with evidence, counsel. What proof do you have suggested in a way that a time device is employed to create the gunshot wound?
Take that!
As the court has already discussed, the tip of one of the candles and candle bomb has been blown off. Indeed, because it's struck by the bullet, which presumably passed through the victim. I don't think that's possible, my lord. Not possible? Why? Because of the scorching. There are no gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle. There are? Goodness, yes! But it's not the case that there was scorching the victim around the bullet injury wound. That's right, there was, but as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs in targets at very close range, just matter of centimeters from the gun. Ah! Which means that the scorching of the candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot. You're suggesting that it came for the fireworks? How can that be, eh? The fact that there's such visible scorching on the candle suggests that the fireworks must have been right next to it when it exploded, or to put it another way, the candle and the fireworks are joined together. Oh, the corpse is somewhat attached to- because the candles like go down, so there will be a time limit. The corpse is somewhat attached to firecrackers at a point partway down the candle. After the killer left the scene, the candle slowly burned down along with the other two, until eventually ignited the fuse of the firecrackers, generating a sound. So the culprit knew Van Sieck was going to be there, and timed it exactly at that moment at the scene for it to happen? And that is how these three witnesses came to believe they heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock. Well, what a plot! Yeah, quite a plot, and this implies that the victim could have died earlier than would be led to believe the previous day even. Now, just hold your horses. All is so the victim going to bail, remember? I couldn't forget the flame color hair even I wanted to. The person you saw, enter the building was the victim at all. Consider this. Obviously, anyone can wear a wig, so the person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else, entirely wearing the red hairpiece. Or maybe someone put the hairpiece on and then they put it on Gregson, and then they left the building. It was the same person who tried the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer. Psst. Oh, very impressive, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Kazuma? I'm really quite amazed you come this far. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer? I also know the lack of time and distance report a stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired. Order, order, order! Prosecutor Asoki, what on earth do you mean by the statement? Oops. I heard that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary present to observe this trial today, so we cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked. The defense's assertion about the time of death based on the victim's stopwatch is just conjecture. But, while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it. Well, certainly I would agree with you. And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what is Inspector Gregson doing and where did he go on the day before the incident? Do you know? The inspector always carries out his investigative work alone. His movements are treated as confidential within Scotland Yard. Even within the yard? However, considering the evidence we've presented with so far, I say it's fairly apparent what case the man is pursuing. Wouldn't you, my learned friend? I do have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating, the professor case. Yes, I agree, surely. Please, it can explain to the court. The case had been investigated by Inspector Gregson at the time of his death. Very well, counsel. Present your argument in court. What evidence? It's suggested by the case being investigated by the inspector the day prior to the incident. The red-headed league? Because the red wig, right?
Take that!
I believe this red hairpiece points to the answer. We might assume it was part of a disguise used to carry out an undercover investigation. Surely not. Such a brightly colored hairpiece would only serve to make the inspector more noticeable. Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made a stand out in the crowd. Except, that is, in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League. The Red-Headed League? So, you already worked it out. What on earth is this all about? Is this such an extraordinary league of gentlemen? The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception. A deception of what nature, counsel? They've been targeting red-headed men across all of London, tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested for a misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact. My lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once. The 2 redheads? Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece, so it's very likely that he had direct contact with these criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events. I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new venue unexplored. Well done, Miss Naruhodo. Well, it's not a possible line of inquiry for us at least. The prosecution make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. Bring these 2 Red-Headed League conspirators before me, Prosecutor Sogi. At once, my lord. Very good. We'll have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned. To be continued. Alright guys, that'll be it for part 23 and 24. The gate is 22. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time on Saturday. Bye.